I think I'm there. Are we here? I think I'm here. How about now? Can you see me? Hello, 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 hello. Okay, you can hear me. Can you see me? Oh, yeah, you can see me as well. Woohoo! We're here. Hi, people. Welcome to the kickoff call for Freelancer to CEO Virtual Summit. I hope you got your ticket. Um, I am just we're not gonna be here for long. I just want to walk you through what to expect and then also just say a few words about, what you're going to get and then what it really means to be a to transition from freelancer to CEO. But welcome to Freelancer to CEO. It's a virtual summit to help you to make that transition. Um, for one thing, you're going to stop calling yourself a freelancer. A freelancer has a different connotation to it. And you may be a one man band, but you're going to call yourself and call yourself a business. Either you call yourself an agency or an organization or whatever. Definitely. So it just changes the mind of people as well as changes your own mind and the way you operate. But anyway, let me not get ahead of myself. Um, the freelancer to CEO is going to run over 2 days. We are going to start with a kickoff call like this each day. I'm just going to tell you what's coming up, and then after that, we're going to have a happy hour at the end of the day at 9 p.m. British Summertime BST, which you can check your own time zone. The happy hour is just to do some networking as well as to recap what we've learned and then ask any questions that you may have. So, freelancer to CEO, the main themes are your money, your mindset, your sales, and your systems, because this is really where a lot of people have gaps and then where they struggle. So the speakers that we have are, I mean, like I was just saying to myself today, I was like, you know, the you cannot afford to be the smartest in the room. You have to look for and ask people that are smarter than you to come and to come into your world. And that's really what I've done. People that are really literally the best at what they do in different areas where I've seen myself and other freelancers struggle. So, first of all, how do you know that you qualify as a freelancer that needs to make that transition to CEO? And I was writing down something. Um, Here are some things that you would use to know if you are somebody who needs to make that transition. Mm, mm. Okay, so for one thing, you're always in feast and famine mode as a freelancer. Now, funny enough, I've worked as a freelancer in two ways. One as what I'm doing now, which I'm really most of the time my clients are for email marketing, and then when I was also a cake decorator, you may not know it, but I used to teach cake decorating over a decade ago, and I taught for many years. And as a cake decorator, using that as an example of a freelancer, you are all in feast and famine mode in the sense that you don't know where your next client is coming from. Either that, or you are always depending on referral. So somebody just and that again is something that you can't control. So you can't control how much you're going to make each month. You can't control when you're going to have a client, how much they're going to pay and all that. So that is a very good indicator that you really need to, that it's time for you to actually transition to freelancer to CEO. Also, another thing is that you find yourself rushing to take clients at almost any price that they ask. You want to you take the client because you feel you need that money at that moment, and you do need that money at that moment. And those clients, I mean, it's good for you to do some of those kind of things. It keeps you going, but here we are going to try and take a step back and say, okay, how are we going to restructure our business and reposition ourselves so that we're now able to control the kind of clients that we get, the caliber and the pricing, and even take time to make some packages and all that kind of thing to make to change to kind of reposition ourselves, because really this is all about repositioning. Now, speaking of repositioning, the speakers that we have are amazing speakers, and they're coming to talk about different things. Now, this morning, or this afternoon, after my session at 2 o'clock, at 3 o'clock, the first speaker that's going to go live, her name is Melissa McFarlane. She's going to be talking to us about her blueprint. So a blueprint that you can use to break through to 6 figures. And it is a proven blueprint. She's used it for hundreds or even thousands of her clients. And her clients, many, I would say most, but many of her clients are successful because of the way that she works with them. So I'm going to come back to Melissa as well, because we actually have something else extra planned apart from her talk today. So we'll start with Melissa, and then actually let me take you through the program for today. I will also hopefully be able to play you a video where you can look at some of the talks that you are expecting today. So today's schedule. So after this session, which should not be more than another 15 minutes, we have Melissa, like I said, followed by Christina. So Christina is going to talk to us about, it's a very practical one, where she talks about how to multiply your visibility by repurposing your content. So create one piece of content, like maybe a blog post or a video or a podcast episode, and then repurpose it into up to 20 or more pieces. And she's going to just walk you through how to do that. Then we have effective networking from Sarah. In fact, the video I'm going to show you, it features Sarah, because she made a video for me introducing the events to her people and introducing herself. So I said, okay, let me just put that together with what everybody is doing, and I will show you that video in a moment. So Sarah is going to talk to us about networking and not your usual kind of networking. And then she also has very practical things to share with you, like for instance, how to use a QR code and all that kind of thing. But I will not spoil the surprise. So that will be at 5 o'clock. I'm talking London time now, so let's say the third person. Then followed by DK's session, talking about your personal productivity system. Christy's session she talks about financial freedom, how to reverse engineer your financial goals. So sometimes we just set goals, we just plug them out of thin air, or we see people say, oh, I want to have a 6-figure business, 7-figure business, 10K month, 5K month, but we don't know, we don't do it in a way that works, that will actually work, because we don't have a why behind it. And then also there's certain things that you need to look at and put into place before you can meet those goals. So being able to do that planning. So she's a financial planner, and she helps CEOs, and she's going to be talking to us about that. Fine. Finally, today we're going to close out by with talks Aroture. That's actually a really it's a really lovely session. So that one is about the mindset of a risk taker. So Talks is going to talk to us about she's going to tell us her story and then talk about the mindset of somebody who wants to do something great, and how your mindset follows. Because I was writing something today. I said what we're doing really is a combination of helping you to improve your skill set and your mindset. And once you're able to do those two things and become very, very strategic about how you're running your business, you will take it to the next level. Now, it's not going to happen next week. It may happen next week, but it's not going to happen next week. But I will tell you something. What you're going to get from these 2 days is going to take you there. So, what I want to do, just a couple of things. So first things first, um, get yourself a book or a notebook or a journal that is going to be dedicated to this, to this, to these 2 days, and really it's going to be dedicated to you. Because at the end of the day, you're going to have like your own plan, your own action plan, your own next steps, your own thoughts and reflections, and all that. So the one of the things that the speakers, two of the speakers spoke about um, during their sessions. One was Talks, and then the other was Nicola, who is a wealth coach. They talked about doing an exercise called a day in your life. Now, we're going to do that exercise tomorrow. So come tomorrow at the same time with your notebook, and we're going to take the first 15 minutes to do that a day in your life, because it's a very important part of the picture that you're going to be building. You're building yourself. It's for you. You're building yourself as well as your business over this next 2 days. So we have other speakers coming up, which I think I should share the video now. Let's see how that's going to happen. Okay, let's see. Okay, I can share the video directly.
Hi, I'm Sarah Alapin. I'm the founder and CEO of District Bliss, and we are a community of introverted and extroverted business owners who are sick of the stodgy and who are really ready to just break free so we can build our businesses with ease. We do that through networking opportunities and workshops and collaborative endeavors. And we're all about bringing together like-minded humans so we can all be successful. And today I'm coming to you to tell you why I think you need to RSVP to the Freelancer to CEO Summit. It is a stacked lineup of brilliant humans who are sharing a ton of valuable information with you. It will get you move forward. I'm speaking about effective networking and how to meet your business besties.
Okay. Right. So that is, I hope you saw that. So that's just a rundown of some of the speakers for the first and second day. Now, the ones I've mentioned on the schedule are the ones for today, but we do have other speakers coming up tomorrow as well. I can tell you who they are. So Nicola is going to talk about how to make your money mindset a reality. That's tomorrow. Becca is going to give an amazing presentation about how to streamline your business. So basically, you're talking about creating systems, automations, that kind of thing. We have a really great presentation from Krista Walsh, who is going to talk about how to create. Krista Walsh is going to talk about how to make your website a lead generating machine. Now we also have like a fantastic presentation from Neil Stafford, who is going to talk about how to get clients consistently. And he's talking about creating a specific, very simple lead generation and conversion system that runs consistently in your business so that you actually have clients coming in consistently. And he also very kindly gave us the mind map. So as he walked us through, afterwards he gives the mind map as well as his 30-day content creation calendar, which I had to beg him to give us, but it was really fantastic. You don't want to miss that one. Um, then we have Devin Brinkley, who is going to talk about creating genuine connections on social media. So for those of us who have a love-hate relationship with social media, this is a good one to watch. And tomorrow at the end, we're going to actually have a session with the last session is with Marianne Udell. Now, interesting thing about Marianne is that she talks about navigating change, and she's a coach who helps people to deal with loss and change and even grief. But she comes to us to talk about all the things that we go through internally and even sometimes in our bodies when we're going through a period of change. So this is real. What we're doing here is real in the sense that we are actually making that decision and taking those steps to go from freelancer to CEO. And it involves some changes that will happen in our thinking, in our bodies, in our environment. So those changes, obviously, most people know that change is not comfortable all the time. So she helps us to navigate those changes, and she gives 4 steps to to use to navigate those changes, and to realize that some of those things that we feel when we're actually taking those steps are normal, so we don't have to like stop ourselves or hold ourselves back or that kind of thing. So back to what qualifies you, or as a free as a freelancer that is ready to transition to CEO. I mean, another thing is you you find that when you mention your fees or your how much you are offering, you know, people are always complaining, oh, it's so expensive, oh, it's so expensive. You know, that is actually a sign. And then also there's something I used to say to myself. I was like, I feel like I'm just running errands. So you feel as if you're just somebody that just runs errands for people, like you just take orders. They tell you what to do and then you go and do it. So this this freelancer to CEO is to help us to reposition ourselves, starting with repositioning ourselves in our minds, and then also in the way that we relate to our clients, the way that we show up in the world, and that kind of thing. So we want to get to the point where we work with clients that we love, that they pay prices that we want, and that we want to work with clients that we almost clients that we choose, and then and the three things that I would say, yeah, I wrote it down. So there's three things that I would say if you're transitioning. Um, One is that you want to scale. So obviously, when you talk about scale, you're talking about um, more, but then you don't want to just end up working harder. That's not what we're here for. We're not here to tell you that you have to work harder. In fact, or the opposite. So but in scaling, the speakers that are going to help us with that are people that will help us to productize our business. So create products so that we're not saying, I know I'm sounding a bit, let me explain what I mean by productize your business. This is what I'm trying to say. So each time you take a new client, it feels like you are reinventing the wheel, and so it's like you're starting from scratch. You don't have a system for how these things are going to work. And if you don't have a system, that means that your workload is more because you don't have things that is something that's set up so that each client goes through those things seamlessly. And in that way, you now have a business where you always have to be there. You cannot take a holiday. You cannot, if you stop working, the business stops, But so by helping us to create systems, um, productivity systems like DK will, and actually systems of like our storage and our inbox, managing our communication, managing the experience of our onboarding experience of our clients and all that kind of thing. Like Becca is going to teach us. That now helps us to, create repeatable systems that, we can hand over to somebody to run for us, that we can still give our customers the um, personalized experience of working with us, but it's automated in such a way that you already have your things anyway. I don't want to tell you because I'm not the teacher. I won't tell you. It will be just listen to Becca, listen to DK, and also to Melissa, and you're going to get tips on that. Then another thing for going from freelancer to CEO, I have just 5 more minutes. Going from freelancer to CEO, self-management is the second thing, sorry. I said scale. So scaling your business is the first thing. And I said Becca, DK, Melissa would help you with those. Um, and then the second one is self-management. So self-management is, obviously managing your routines, managing your emotions, managing your health, your everything that's because it is you that runs the business. So you are the CEO, and you also have to put on your CEO hat when you need to. So the talks with Nicola, with Marianne, with Dick, in fact, almost all the talks with Melissa, and will help you, And then also, obviously, your planning as well. Christy would help with that. Christy is the financial manager, and so Melissa would helps with things like pricing and packaging, and then managing your growth. So three things: your scaling, um, self-management, and growth. So your growth is, bringing in new clients, managing those clients and all that. And you are going to get that from speakers like Nicola, who is going to talk to us about our money mindset and how, in a very practical way, we can make our money mindset, a wealthy money mindset, a reality in our lives. You know, we also have Sarah, who is going to help us with managing our growth because we cannot grow beyond the people that we surround ourselves with. And this is so, so useful. So you need to expand your circle of influence. And that's where Sarah comes in to help you to build your network of not just clients, but also a network of your business support network. So maybe that group of 6 or 10 fellow entrepreneurs, you're working this journey together, you're holding each other accountable, you're pushing each other, you're checking in with each other, you're supporting and encouraging and all that. She is going to help because obviously that you cannot do other things, adverts and all that to get people to come into your world, but you need your own network, your own personal network of business besties. And Sarah is going to help us to build that intentionally. And of course, your growth, once you're growing, you need systems. Becca is going to be on hand to help. So, if I have missed one or two people in that, please forgive me. So, with that, I would say, because normally virtual summits are like a buffet. So you have 40 speakers or 25 speakers, and then you just go in and watch what you want. And so this is actually not a buffet. This is a meal. You would get the best from this if you can watch everything. I know it seems a lot, so it's best to do it live. We are also putting together an audio podcast feed. Hopefully by the end of this summit it will be ready. So there will be that option of getting the audio podcast feed so that you can listen on the go. But this is something that it is like pieces of a puzzle. We have 12 speakers and each person is bringing a piece of the puzzle. So I would say as much as you can, tap into each of the talks. Yeah, tap into each of the talks and watch as much as you can. Catch up also because each of the talks, once you're registered, you have access to the talk for 48 till Sunday midnight. So just catch up on the talks over the weekend, the ones that you didn't get. Have your handy notebook to hand. Take notes. Write notes to yourself. Write also action points of what you want to get out of it. Now there's a special masterclass that we're going to be running after that I'm going to be running after this summit, which is a masterclass I'm running in partnership with one of our speakers. I will tell you more about it by email and also tomorrow when we come. So that everybody will have a chance to join the masterclass. It is free. It's going to be in about a week after this runs. But first of all, get what we have here. Build a foundation for your business. It's free. It's free. And I know you say, oh, because it's free, it doesn't have value, but it's actually the opposite. These people have come, they've given their time, and I've listened to everything, and I know that if you listen to everything, your business life will not be the same. I mean, you can quote me, go quote me. I can say that I guarantee your business life will not be the same. But it's for you to put the focus and really calm yourself down, bring yourself home, and say, okay, I'm not just passing by. Is this not just a flyby thing? I'm going to sit down and I'm going to actually pay attention and listen to these conversations. On most of the talks, the speakers will be available in the chat, so you can connect with them, and they're going to be very open to you connecting with them. So take this next half hour before the first talk starts. Go to the freebies section, download freebies from each of the speakers. And then, from there, you would also find the ways that you can connect with them. So if anyone resonates with you and you say, oh, I would really like to work with this person, or I want to see more about what they do, take your time to connect with them and reach out to them and say, oh, I listened to your talk I'm just giving you a tip now. I listened to your talk on the Freelancer to CEO Summit. I need help with blah blah blah. What do you think about blah blah blah? Can you point me in the direction for this? So I think that is all for now. I am so happy that you're here. Thank you for turning up and enjoy the thing. You're really in for a treat. So enjoy the talk. The first one starts at the top of the hour, and that will be with Melissa McFarlane. Once the talks are done, they will then be available as replays, and then you can watch the replays until I think it's Sunday night, midnight. So 48 hours anyway, each talk is going to be available to watch. All right then, I think that's it. Thanks for interacting in the chat. I hope tomorrow will be better. See you. Bye.